Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the farm. It was too windy to video yesterday, but we started on a greenhouse project. Started assembling stuff. Speaking of greenhouses, looks like we got chickens in the old greenhouse. But where we propped it up, we'll have to do some dirt work there to stop them getting in from the bottom. But of course, the door's wide open there now. What are you doing in there, chickens? Oh, she's out. Anyways, bit of a construction site there yesterday. I was hoping to film some of that, but it was way too windy. We probably had a 90-kilometer-an-hour wind. Hence why we just did ground assembly. No, is Rangy bugging you? Hey? We just did ground assembly. We didn't actually get to standing anything up. It's looking like it's going to be an adventure-filled day. We were just up at the house. The girls were having cereal. Carmen came out from the bedroom, and she's like, the sheep are out. And I was like, what? Anyways, looked out, and the sheep were halfway across that southwest quarter there. But they've come back here now. So I fetched up a pail of grain, because that's usually the answer to whatever problems they have. We're going to get them back in the corral here and figure out how exactly they're getting out through that electric net somewhere. I think that's where they're getting out. But on the other side, it could be the cows might have rubbed the ground wire off, or who knows. But we'll get them back in for now. All right, bucket of grain. Everybody's back in the corrals, but so this is the corral they're supposed to be in, or have access to, I should say, not be in. They have access to all of that big forested section, but they come in here for grain. These two are not connected, with the exception of this alleyway, and I've got a security panel up there, so they can't come this way. They physically can't come. This is not where they're getting out. I'm like 99.9% confident there's something with that electric net it's not sparking. Somebody's going underneath. Maybe it's hitting a bush. Maybe they got it trampled down. So we're gonna go for a bit of a hike. But I guess first we'll get these moved back onto the right side of the fence here. Come on, sheepy sheeps. You can lick up those snacks later once the fence is tied up. Come on.
Go!
You tell them, Charlotte.
Go! Hey, you're ready.
Say, go on, get up there. Go underneath, silly goat. Oh my goodness. Ranger, get out of there. Always got to be one. Always got to go the wrong direction. Come on. What? No, now all your friends are coming too. Let's make it a team sport. Okay, Charlotte. Daddy needs you to go down there and fetch them all out.
I know you're pretty.
Stay close to this wall, okay? Stay close to this wall. You go down that way. Good girl. Oh my goodness. Okay, now you stand right there. You stand right there. Dad's gonna fetch them up. And they won't want to come to you. They won't want to come past that idiot either. Come on, sheepy sheeps. Come on. Yeah, if Ranger's in here, he's more useful than when he's out there. Come on, sheeps. Come on. Woo, look at that.
Good timing.
Good timing, eh?
Got it on the 4 point.
All right, now we got everybody on the right side of the fence. We're gonna take this other Energizer that we got here, go for a hike through the bush, and see if we can see what allowed them to get onto the wrong side of the fence. This is just in case it's not a ground wire rubbed off, just in case there's something going on with that Energizer. Maybe a dead battery, something like that. We'll put this one on. Netting right here, and I think I found our problem. There's a bit of a depression in the ground right here, and they've been going underneath. They got so much wool wrapped around this that the bottom wire is completely wrapped around the hot wire. So I'm gonna have to cut that free, because you can't just pull that. That wool is incredibly strong. So cut that free, and then have to get regular electric fence stake and just stick it in the ground here and just basically pin that down so that it can't escape. Really interesting here is that, so that's where our wool was tied up, but you can see right here, this wire is, that is chewed. That's chewed by a very sharp set of teeth. Last time I checked, sheep didn't have those kind of teeth. So the other day we had some coyotes coming down around here and there was a bit of an issue. And I'm thinking they were probably trying to find a way in. Well, I 100% found our problem. There's an energizer, there's a fence, there's a ground pin. Nothing attached to it. The cows must have licked it off. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Cows chewed on it by the looks of it. Have a closer look at that. Look at that. I can imagine how much that cow must have jumped. Whoo-wee. All right, so we got our Energizer rehooked up with a new wire attached there. I'm gonna take this other wire back and the other Energizer back. We'll get that piece of cable replaced for future use. You know what I forgot to do? I crossed over the fence. I better turn it on. There we go. So having a look through this forested section, the sheep have done a pretty good job of getting a good start on clearing it out. But there is quite a bit of bramble and stuff in here that they're just not going to touch. But if they clear out a lot of this tall grass, that's a good start. But you can see just how much deadfall and stuff. We couldn't even see this before, any of this deadfall. In fact, it was so overgrown with tall grass that we knew it was there, but we just didn't know where it was. But now a guy can come in here with a chainsaw, spend a few days, at a time, and clear some stuff up. And well, then you got some stuff to cook some hot dogs with, I guess. But I don't think you'd really want to use this for heating fuel. Most of it's not that good. Poplar and willow, and well, poplar wouldn't be that bad, but it's been laying on the ground kind of in a swampy area. It's probably not the greatest. I have a bit of rot to it, so probably wouldn't want to put it in a wood stove, but it'd be all right for cooking hot dogs, like I said. Well, now that the sheep are all caught, it's time to round up some cows. So we're at my brother-in-law's place there. Loaded up some cows, hauling them off pasture because they didn't receive the rain we did, and so they're just not going to be able to sustain having cows on pasture there any longer. So running them back to the father-in-law's place out here at Rio Grande. We had actually thought of, Shando, lay down, quit that. We had actually thought about putting them back at our place for a couple extra weeks, but all that would really do is rob the cows that are there out of grass for a couple extra weeks. So they're just going to come back here, they can graze here, and the ones that are at our place can stay there probably till mid-October, I'm thinking. Come on, cows. Come on. Go down here. Go on out to the field. Oh man, I should have wore rubber boots. There you go. Now we're out of the loon shit. So we're back home here now. Just getting the chickens fed and watered up. Cows are all taken care of. Oh, I had some folks that were, of course, following how the whole soaked chicken feed thing was going to go down, and if it was any less work or more work, or what that all kind of worked out to in a non-scientific fashion. But essentially, soaking the chicken feed cut their water consumption by half. So instead of filling up these jugs every day, I'm filling them up every second day. But of course, it means I'm filling up the pails for the chicken feed every day. So my inputs have changed, but they haven't been reduced. Even something as simple as the chicken tractors, because I just, put a block under there and let them go in and out as they want to, and I got this net up here. I don't have to move the chicken tractor every day. What that does mean is probably Monday, because Monday's a holiday, I will, I'll move the net. The whole thing's gonna have to move up here. So I'm gonna take lots of little inputs every day, you know, that minutes or whatever it takes to move every single day. And I'm gonna turn that into 10 minutes for one big move. So all I'm really doing is swapping one input, you know, a bunch of little inputs for one big input. So I'm not really ahead anything, but the chickens can stretch their legs kind of in the final weeks, and that's just grand. But anyways, that's the last of the chores done for the day. It's been a really busy day. So I think it's time to go fetch up a cup of tea. So I'll let you go for now. Hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.